You all right? Yeah, you? Hey, man. Hello? that he could easily reference them too. So in Cat B, you can call those what the hell you want. So that's what the consequences of want to be most of
Yeah, like I said before, there is a parallel between this framing gig and the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial. So Johnny Depp won the trial for defamation or something like that, right? Because they said that whatever Amber Heard said wasn't true, and it was a lie, and it was invented, and it was, whatever events she was describing was, they were purely fictional. So he won the defamation case, right? And then, because according to Western legal, discrepancies, let's just say, it's completely made up, this is how you know. Let's just say that because even though Johnny Depp won the trial for defamation, the trial is over, yeah? It's finished. You won. Yeah, he won. Well, I don't know what happened with the legal system in the West, but apparently Amber Heard wanted to defame the guy again and appealed. I didn't know you could do that. That's a new one. That's definitely a new one. And this is where we're at with this framing gig. It's something very similar in that, despite mounting evidence, which is growing, against this would-be accuser trying to bargain with stolen stuff, he wants to keep going. It's kind of like Amber Heard wishing to appeal. He won the trial. The trial is finished. Apparently not, because Amber Heard wants to defame him again. This is how you know the trial is fake, because apparently when the judge said that the trial is finished and he won, apparently that wasn't the case. So Amber Heard wanted to appeal. This is where we're at with this framing gig. Despite mounting evidence against this white African albino aggressor, despite the mounting evidence against him, this guy wants to keep going. It's kind of like that trial. The judge said it's finished. Apparently, Amber Heard didn't hear this. She hasn't heard the judge say this, and she wanted to appeal the defamation trial. The fucking judge said the trial is over and Johnny Depp won. Yeah, that's what he said. Apparently, Amber Heard is not capable of hearing this. But like I said, that's a fake trial. It's a fake fucking trial brought forward by this Soviet rat fuck in here, doing show trials for a framing gig. That's what that is. Apparently, Amber Heard is not capable of hearing that the trial is finished and he won. Apparently, the judgment is not very clear on that. I guess. I'm not sure. But there you go. That's what you can expect from a third world albino African fuck coming in here trying to bargain with stolen shit. Yeah, turning the legal system into a fucking shit show. Yeah, with 9/11, Amber Heard, etc., etc., etc. That's what you can expect from a stupid fuck trying to come in here to bargain with stolen stuff. like I said, it's not surprising. You know, after 9/11, everything kind of went to shit. You know, after 9/11, it was kind of up in the air. You know, what is the law? What does the law say? Is it treason to do 9/11? Is it not treason? I don't know. Is it real? Is it fake? Is it an inside job? Is it not fake? Can you sue the U.S. government over it? Can you not sue it? I don't know. You know, everything is kind of up in the air after 9/11. Because somebody wants to bargain with stolen stuff, that's why. Best I ever heard. Only a third world white albino motherfucker would think of it. Yeah, only a third world white albino motherfucker would think of coming in here trying to bargain with stolen stuff. Best I ever heard. You'd be the first, because I haven't heard this in Europe before. Yeah, you'd be the first one to pull that shit off. Again, you know, 9/11 apparently was quite the shit. It was quite the shit show for the West because everybody was swept up by it. Apparently, these countries couldn't really comprehend 9/11. You know, they can't deal with it. It wasn't even a real attack. They can't, the framing gig that manifested out of 9/11 is seems to have swept up every fucking country in the world in it. And who would have the resources to do this? Sweep up every country in the world over a false flag that wasn't even real. The Five Eyes. Those are the only people that have the resources to entertain this bullshit. Nobody else. It's not the Chinese or the Russians. They don't have the resources to entertain this kind of shit. The only people that can do this are the Five Eyes. Yeah, we found our problem, didn't we? We definitely did. Definitely, I would say. We found our problem. much pleasant for Monday. That's way too much walking. It's not worth it. It's too much walking. It's okay on a scooter. It's pretty warm out here now. Though. I got warmed up walking over there. This car's been here for years. If I can tow it out of here by now. I'm going to connect to the Wi-Fi. I'm going to bed. Back, go to bed. probably. I said I was going to flash this phone to 12. I don't know if it's necessary. So it's very, very okay at the moment. I'm not so sure it's necessary to go to 12.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I didn't sleep at all actually, so it's I think I got an hour. That's all I got. I got 1 hour. Service. Come back. Come back around 5. Chinese will be very good. Yeah, so like I said, I mean, if my mother wouldn't have died of a heart attack, she would have died of emphysema for sure. Because she used to smoke a pack a day. 2 packs a day. I don't know how much she's fucking. I mean, it's $300 a month on cigarettes or something like that. So if she wouldn't have died of a heart attack, she would have killed herself by smoking to death. So she picked up smoking in Romania. She didn't always smoke. It wasn't until her father died. It wasn't until they killed her father, that she picked up smoking. And granted, it was a lot less severe in Romania because there's no money. I mean, you might want to smoke in Romania, but if there's no money, you're not going to smoke. But she smoked anyway. It was while she was pregnant with me. They said, I don't know if this is true or not, but she said that she picked it up when she was preggo. Go figure. And if she wouldn't have died of a heart attack, she would have died of emphysema for sure. And I mean, the whole fucking car, that fucking Murano that she had, the stench in there was and completely overwhelming. The stench of fucking cigarettes in that fucking black Murano she had was overwhelming, man. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that someone could drive in that car. I couldn't believe. And my G35 had a gas smell. It could have been they did something to the ECM and the tune to defeat the evap system, or it could have been that I put E85 in it, and then, that car was made before the advent of E85, and I ran E85 in it. I ran E85 in it, and it smelled like gas, either from the evap system because there was something in the tune to defeat the evap system, or they did something to the ECM, or it was because I put E85 in it and it melted the plastic fuel lines. It melts it over time. You can run it if you need to. It runs, but it will melt your fuel lines if they are, not compatible with E85. It smelled like gas a lot before I sold it. So either they did something to the evap system, the ECM, because the ECM controls the evap system, or it was because I put E85 in it. But that fucking Murano that she had smelled like cigarettes. It's just an overwhelming stench. Yeah, an overwhelmingly powerful stench of fucking cigarettes. I couldn't believe it. And I mean, like I said, if she wouldn't have died of a heart attack, she would have died of emphysema for sure. I mean, one way or another, you're gonna go and they're either gonna get to you one way or another, or you're probably gonna kill yourself with cigarettes. It's which is, I mean, I wasn't surprised actually when he said that she died. Because with the amount of smoking that she did, she was probably gonna kill herself with the cigarettes, which is probably what did her in anyway. But they said, and I don't know if this is true, that she picked up smoking when she was preggo. But you know why someone does that? You know why someone does that? Because of this ambitious motherfucker and his framing gig. Because of this ambitious motherfucker and his framing gig. Now remember too that in France they killed Ludwig's wife in a fire. Yeah, in a fire. I mean, back then nobody would have figured out what the fuck happened anyway. And then everything back then would have been wood. There was no fucking drywall or anything like that. And things back then would have burned a lot easier. Fucking fabric and wood everywhere. And now, like I said, and it looks like someone locked them into the building and just set the building on fire. Locked the doors to prevent them from getting out. And they just lit the building up, and everybody in there died. Is it something? It could have something to do with cigarettes, smoking, or it could have something to do with cigarettes or smoking or anything like that, because it could be the reason why they, like I said, they do something. Arson. They love arson. They love to set shit on fire. Especially back in the day, because back in the day, nobody would have known what the fuck happened. Back in the day, nobody would have known that it was a cigarette that started the wildfire, or if it was a fireplace or a fucking cigarette that caused the house fire. Nobody would have known. Understand? So I think that because of something that they did, meaning they set something on fire and probably killed someone, maybe because of something that they did that somebody knows about. Somebody has to know about this. It's the reason why they're covering for it. I think it's very likely that because they set something on fire and they killed someone and somebody knows about it, probably using cigarettes or a fireplace, who the fuck knows what it was, probably cigarettes. Because they did this and somebody knows about it, they're trying to cover for it by getting everybody to smoke. Understand? Because, like I said, they need to cover for whatever they did in some kind of way. Oh, so everybody's smoking now. It's okay, the cigarette, caused the house fire and, X amount of people died. Yeah? And they do this and then they cover for it in some kind of way by getting everybody to smoke. Yeah, because they did something. They killed someone using a house fire caused by cigarettes or whatever the hell it was. Understand? It's always a cover for something that they did. Yeah, so they get everybody to smoke. My mother, my father, my brother smokes. Everybody needs to smoke because it's something that they did. Understand? Something that they did that caused someone to die. Yeah, in a house fire, whatever the hell it was. I don't know what it was. I don't know what they did. But in Paris, the hominid too, took the initiative. He took the initiative to kill some German women in the house fire. And then Maria Theresa, was it, who was also German, they killed that one too, and her entire family, using tuberculosis because she was German. And lo and behold, they were stupid enough to go to France, where they set up shop. Rothschild did. And because, like I said, it's always something with Germany. Like I said, it ruffles their ruffles their feathers whenever it's someone German. Yeah, someone German. In Germany, they killed that guy. They killed the entire royal family of the House of Bourbon with tuberculosis, decapitated some of them, split them up. One of them was in jail or something. I don't know what the fuck happened. In custody with someone else that, they didn't even fucking know who it was. And this is what this guy, this hominid motherfucker does whenever Germans come about. Understand? They did it with the House of Bourbon. They did it with Ludwig's wife. A whole bunch of nobility died in the house fire, they said. And that's the only way to do it. You lock the doors and set the building on fire. And back then, nobody would have known anything. Yeah, the doors were wood. Fucking walls were wood. Who knows what? The furniture was wood. Carpets, tapestries, everything fucking would burn in a quick, 20-minute fire. 20-minute fire. The whole building would have been collapsing and burning. Yeah, and 20 minutes would have been all over. Because everything was fabric and wood. Back then, construction was more shabby. And everybody would have died quickly, right? Nobody would have found out if the doors were locked or not because nobody would have known. And whenever they do this and they kill someone using a house fire because of cigarettes or whatever, I'm pretty sure some of them were smoking in this house fire in Paris. And Ludwig's wife was in it. They probably blamed it on cigarettes and said, somebody was smoking and, something caught fire and they all died. See, like I said, it's always a cover. They do something like this, they do something like that, and then they get everybody to smoke the cover for it. Anyway, like I said, if my mother wouldn't have died of a heart attack, she would have died of emphysema for sure. One way or another. By 70, by 70, 75, would have been dead of emphysema or something, lung cancer or whatever. But like I said, they do this whenever Germans are about. Yeah, House of Bourbon, Maria Theresa, whatever the hell it was, Ludwig's wife, a whole bunch of German nobility died in that fire, they said. They do it with us with this framing gig, which is completely unbelievable, to say the least. To say the least, it's completely unbelievable. Never heard of this. Never heard of this in Europe. And like I said, whenever they do something stupid and somebody dies, they try to cover for it. Let's kill the House of Bourbon because they're German. Let's kill Ludwig's wife and other German nobility because they're German in a house fire. Let's chase after this guy because we stole his stuff, etc., etc. You name it. It just keeps on going. It's always something German that they're after. Understand? It repeats itself over and over. Ludwig, they kicked him out after 2 years. Like I said, Bismarck, who was Churchill, kicked out Ludwig after 2 years. They brought in an Asian superstar who was Stalin, etc., etc. It goes on and on. Yeah? On and on. Anyway, let's go ahead and go back to sleep. Take it easy, Holmes. It's a brand new taxi there, huh? Yeah. It's actually very warm out here now. Incredible. Not that bad now. Feels good. Got warmed up. Got warmed up walking down there. It's very fucking far. My feet hurt and my knees hurt. Let's see if Mr. Andrew brings a pair of shoes now. I requested a 20-pound pair of shoes. That are 12 and a half. Let's see if Mr. Andrew comes through for us. Now, I'm not even sure if Ludwig's wife was the one that Stalin married, because there's two Ludwigs. The one before Bismarck and the one after Bismarck. I'm not even sure which one was married to this one. Yeah, if it was the first one or the second one. They said they were living apart or something. They said Ludwig was gay. They said they were living apart, so I'm not even sure if this, I don't know. I mean, could have been the Asian one, maybe. I was married to her. I don't know if I can remember. I don't remember which one it was. Which one they said it was. Which one they said it was, I don't remember. Let's go ahead and upload some stuff. Go back to bed. News, too much walking.